Have you ever seen a place so beautiful, you had to ask yourself, is this even real? A landscape so perfect it feels more like a dream? In Vietnam, that feeling is waiting around every corner. From mountains that seem to touch the sky to ancient towns glowing with 1,000 lanterns, the line between real and surreal gets blurry. Get ready to question what you know about the natural world and the wonders people can create. So, this isn't your average travel list. Think of it as a journey to the most otherworldly destinations in Vietnam, places that look like they were pulled straight out of a fantasy film. We're going to explore 10 spots that challenge your sense of reality and redefine the word breathtaking. From the epic mountain passes in the north to the buzzing river life of the south, let's go discover a side of Vietnam that feels like another dimension. Number 10. The Ha Giang Loop. Our journey kicks off in the far north, with an experience that's less of a destination and more of an epic quest, the Ha Giang Loop. This is the raw, untamed Vietnam you've probably imagined. The absolute star of the show here is the legendary Ma Pai Leng Pass, often called the king of Vietnam's passes. As you ride along roads literally carved into the mountainside, you get these heart-stopping views of the North Kay River, a turquoise ribbon flowing through what's known as the deepest canyon in Southeast Asia. What makes it feel so unreal is the scale of it all. The landscape is a dizzying canvas of sharp-cast mountains and deep valleys, where every single turn reveals a view more impossible than the last. On a clear day, you can see forever. But on a misty morning, the whole place transforms into a mystical kingdom, with the peaks floating in a sea of clouds. For an even more surreal moment, you can walk the Ma Pai Leng Skywalk, a small path that lets you feel like you're walking on the edge of the world, with the stunning valley right below. Number 9. Sapa's Rice Terraces. From the wild cliffs of Ha Giang, we move to the sculpted hills of Sapa. Here, the landscape is something else entirely, part human masterpiece, part natural wonder. For centuries, ethnic groups like the Hmong and Red Dao have meticulously carved these cascading rice terraces into the mountains, creating a stunning visual that changes with the seasons. The most dreamlike experience is to just trek through the Mong Hoa Valley. As you follow the little trails, you're surrounded by these perfect, emerald green paddies that flow down the slopes like a silk blanket. It truly feels like walking through a living painting. Tucked into this landscape are the villages of Lao Chai and Ta Van, where the traditional stilt houses of the Black Hmong and Yai people make the valley feel completely timeless. The magic of Sapa is in its visual perfection. The geometric patterns of the terraces, the soft morning mist that hangs in the valleys, and the brilliant green or gold of the rice create a scene that's almost too perfect to be real. Number 8. Ha Long Bay. Next, we head to a place literally born from a legend, Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The story goes that dragons came down from the sky to protect Vietnam, spitting out jewels that turned into the thousands of limestone islands you see today. And honestly, when you're sailing through these emerald waters, that story doesn't sound so crazy. The view is a seascape of towering limestone casts bursting from the sea, covered in green jungle. It's an otherworldly panorama, and the best way to see it is on an overnight cruise, watching the bay change colors at sunrise and sunset. To really get a sense of its surreal scale, you can kayak into hidden lagoons or explore massive caves, like Sunsock Cave, which translates to Surprise Cave, a fitting name for its huge, cathedral-like chambers full of strange rock formations. Number 7. Ninh Binh. Often nicknamed Ha Long Bay on land, Ninh Binh gives you a similar dreamscape but with a quieter, more peaceful vibe. Here, the same kind of majestic limestone casts rise from a sea of rice paddies, with the gentle Ngo Dong River weaving through them. The can't-miss experience is a boat tour in Tam Kok, which means 3 caves. What really gets you here is the quiet. Local rowers, famous for their unique technique of rowing with their feet, guide small boats along the calm river. You glide silently past farmers tending their fields, beneath the shadow of the giant casts, and right through 3 cool, dark caves that cut through the mountains. It's a slow, meditative journey through a landscape where nature and rural life exist in perfect harmony, like a scene from an old scroll painting. Number 6. Phong Nha Khe Bang National Park. Alright, let's head underground. Way underground, into a subterranean kingdom that just defies belief. Phong Nha Khe Bang National Park. This park is home to some of the oldest karst mountains in Asia, and a massive network of over 300 caves, including the largest in the world. Your first stop in this underground world has to be Paradise Cave. Discovered in 2005, its name is not an exaggeration. After a short trek, you walk down a staircase into a space that opens up for over 31 kilometers. The first kilometer is lit, showing off huge chambers up to 100 meters high, filled with mind-bending stalactites and stalagmites. But the ultimate surreal experience is Sundong Cave. It's so gigantic it has its own jungle, its own river, and its own weather system. Openings in the ceiling, created by collapses ages ago, let sunlight stream in, feeding whole forests with trees hundreds of feet tall, all deep underground. The cave even has its own unique ecosystem, with newly discovered species of eyeless fish and insects. Exploring Sundong is like finding a lost world hidden inside our own. We're halfway through our list. Which of these places has blown your mind the most so far? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the final 5. Number 5, Hu's Imperial City. From a world beneath the earth, we step into the world of emperors. Our next stop is Hu, the former imperial capital, where you can still feel the ghosts of the Wing dynasty inside its massive citadel. At its very center is the Forbidden Purple City, a space that was once off limits to everyone except the emperor and his inner circle. Walking through the gates and restored halls, you can't help but feel the weight of history. The whole complex was a masterpiece of feng shui, designed to be the center of the Vietnamese universe. A lot of it was destroyed in wars, but what's left, the ornate palaces, quiet courtyards, and intricate details, gives you a powerful glimpse into a lost world of royal ceremony and absolute power. The surreal feeling comes from walking in the footsteps of emperors, in a place that was once the most secret and powerful in the whole country. Number 4, Da Nang's Golden Bridge. From ancient history, we jump to a modern marvel that looks like it was pulled from a fantasy movie. High in the Ba Na Hills near Da Nang, a shimmering golden bridge is held up by 2 giant stone hands that seem to grow right out of the mountain. This is the Golden Bridge, an architectural wonder that became a global sensation the moment it opened in 2018. It's a 150-meter-long walkway designed to connect a cable car station with nearby gardens while offering insane panoramic views. But it's the design that makes it so unreal. The 2 hands look ancient and mossy, as if a mountain god has been holding up this golden path for centuries. Walking across it feels like you're being guided by a gentle giant, suspended in the air with the world spread out below. On a foggy day, it's even more mystical, like you're literally walking on a pathway to the heavens. Number 3, Hoi An Ancient Town. As the sun goes down, our next stop completely transforms. Hoi An is a beautifully preserved ancient trading port, but it's at night that this place becomes pure magic. This is especially true during the monthly Lantern Festival, when the whole town travels back in time. On the 14th day of each lunar month, the old town's electric lights are shut off, and the streets are lit only by the soft, warm glow of thousands of colorful silk lanterns. The atmosphere is just otherworldly. You can wander through glowing alleys and even release a paper lantern on the Hawaii River, making a wish as it floats away with hundreds of others. It's a moment of quiet, serene beauty, a ritual that connects you to centuries of tradition and leaves you feeling like you've stepped into a dream. Number 2, Mui Ni's Fairy Stream and Sand Dunes. Our next stop feels like we've landed on another planet. Mui Ni is famous for its massive sand dunes, a desert landscape that feels totally out of place in Southeast Asia. You've got the white sand dunes, a huge expanse of pure white, and the red sand dunes, which glow like fire at sunset. But the most bizarre and dreamlike spot here is the Fairy Stream. This isn't your average creek. It's a shallow, ankle-deep stream of reddish-orange water, colored by the sand and clay underneath. As you walk barefoot in the cool water, you're meandering through a mini canyon. On one side, you have lush green trees, on the other, you have dramatic formations of red and white sandstone that look like strange, melted castles. The mix of colors and textures is just wild. It feels like you're taking a quiet walk through a tiny Grand Canyon on Mars. Number 1, the Mekong Delta. Our final destination isn't just one spot, but a massive living world of water, the Mekong Delta. Known as Vietnam's Rice Bowl, this maze of rivers and islands is where life literally goes with the flow. The most surreal part of it all is the floating markets like Kai Rang, the largest in the delta. From the crack of dawn, the river turns into a bustling city. Hundreds of boats, big and small, gather in what looks like pure chaos, but it's actually this perfectly synchronized dance of commerce. Instead of signs, vendors hang what they're selling: pineapples, mangoes, you name it, from a tall pole on their boat. You can grab a hot bowl of noodle soup or a strong coffee from a floating cafe, all while navigating this water world. Seeing this vibrant, self-sufficient society thriving on the water is a powerful and unreal experience, a true testament to human ingenuity. So, what's the takeaway? Vietnam isn't just a place you see, it's a place you feel. From the impossible mountains of Ha Giang to the floating cities of the Mekong, this is a country that constantly plays with your perception of reality. These places aren't just pretty spots for a photo. They're experiences that stick with you, landscapes that feel like paintings and cities that feel like fairy tales. Vietnam doesn't just show you a different part of the world, it shows you a different way of seeing it, a place where the unreal is very, very real. If this journey blew your mind, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs to see it to believe it. And let us know in the comments, which of these 10 places is now at the top of your must-see list. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.